On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Mama's in the kitchen cooking dinner real nice. Beef stew on the stove, foamy salmon with the ice. We eat and we drink and we sing all day. Kani Kapila in the old Hawaiian way. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Go to grandma's house, we clean the yard, 'cause we know grandma gonna work hard. You know my grandma, she like a poor real sour. I love my grandma every minute, every hour. On the island, we do it island. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. On the island, we do it island style. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. One more time. From the mountain to the ocean, from the windward to the leeward side. Yeah, all right. Welcome everybody to the Dii Ukulele Workshop, and that was Island Style by John Cruz. You can pick up this song on our. We have a link on our to our music book at DII, and you guys can check out our website, and there's a link there that you can check that out. But I'm excited to be here today. Happy holidays, everybody. Hopefully, everybody had a great Christmas. It was an exciting one. I know everybody was in quarantine, and I hopefully you got to connect with your family out there and, give all those joyous, happy holidays. So Merry Christmas to those that I haven't seen, but I'm glad you guys are here today. So welcome. Actually, today is the last Saturday workshop for Dave's Island Instrument. It's pretty interesting. And, this year has been absolutely crazy. And one thing that has got us through this, actually for myself, has been music. And I'm glad I'm here to share music with you guys, because I believe music is an awesome thing. And for those of you that are new, every Saturday for Dave's Island Instruments, we have a Saturday workshop, whether it's ukulele or handpan. I've been doing this all year this year, and it's been pretty exciting. I love doing live shows. I feel like I can reach a lot of people, and I love sharing music with people. So I'm glad I'm here. And this year, like I said, this year has been crazy. So, today I was kind of looking back on the things that has happened, and, where I was and where I am today. And even though it was a crazy year, I feel like I've grown not only in the ukulele, but also just in life. It's pretty awesome. We should always be learning. That's why we are here. We are learners, right? So how's everybody doing out there? Hopefully, I think I have one person. It's probably Victoria. Hi, everybody. Let's see. What are we going to go over today? Let's see. I'm going to explain a little bit for next year, the schedule that's going to be going out for the DII schedule. There's going to be some changes. We have some new stuff coming up. If you guys don't already know, for the Ukulele Social, it's every Wednesday now, and that's going to continue throughout next year. So every Wednesday at 6:30, we have a Uk Social, little gathering, little jamming, having fun, playing, which is awesome. DI news. Right now, I know it's after Christmas, and all of the people that have some Christmas money burning and wanted to get that new either instrument or ukulele or handpan. People have been confused because of the quarantine right now, so I just wanted to let you know that we're not open to the public, but we are open to appointments only. You can schedule an appointment, which is COVID safe, or we can do virtual appointments, which are really fun. I sit here and talk with you and share with you, all about the instrument. So you guys can do that. If you go to our webpage, at the bottom of the page, there's an appointment section, and you guys can set up appointments there. It's been working pretty well. As far as, I know this is the ukulele workshop, but if you're looking for a handpan, right now we're still selling handpans, and we're kind of getting low on supply. So if you guys are looking to get a handpan soon, you guys will probably want to check that out. Also for ukuleles, actually it's been really busy this month, of course, because of the holidays. People have been getting their gifts, and actually we've been getting orders. Actually, we got orders on Christmas, which was pretty crazy. So I actually am going to make a run to Ohana probably next week. Maybe picking up some one-of-a-kind ukuleles if you guys are in the market for an upgrade. And we do have, you can check out our website. All the ukuleles are up on there that you may want to. But if you have any, if we don't have an ukulele we don't have, especially from Ohana, just feel free to contact us, and I can see if I can get a hold of that for you guys. So, I know right now people want to get instruments, so ukulele is an awesome instrument. So good. All right, let's see. Now going back, let's see, what else am I going to do today? We're going to talk a little bit. We'll do some training. I want to go over a little bit of the basics. Maybe just go back really to the beginning, because I know for Christmas, hopefully you got an ukulele or a music instrument. But I just wanted to give you today. I'll give tips on what to do once you do get your ukulele, and some things that you want to follow, or you want to get, or whatever, to make your ukulele learning experience a lot better. So cool. So let's see what else. And actually, for those of you, the last song that I'm going to be doing is What a Wonderful World. So if you want to bring that up, I will have it up on the screen, but it is in our songbook. So if you guys wanted to print that out, you guys can actually do that. So let's see. Yeah, end of the year. I'm trying to think about the beginning of the year. I think COVID hadn't started yet. We were doing Saturday classes inside the shop. And then once COVID hit, we decided to do our live shows, which we're doing now. And it actually has been an experience. Doing the live show, there's a lot of technology involved, and I had to learn how to do that, which was fun. And I think we've got it to a point where we're pretty solid on it. It's going to get better because we love doing these live shows. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free to comment and let us know. We always answer questions, and we love to hear from our customers to make their experience really well. And thinking back, it's kind of crazy, because my goal for the ukulele, especially in the Long Beach area, is to be a spot where you can get information just on the ukulele itself. I remember starting in the beginning, I didn't know where to go. I perused the online trying to find out what's a good ukulele, how do I practice, what do I need to learn, what do I want to learn, all those things. And so that's why I started doing, the ukulele teaching, and then it just kind of went into this, which it just kind of surprises me, because, I'm on this musical journey, and I am finding that there's more and more people that want to, just be on that journey with me. So, it's fun to experience that. And music absolutely, it sounds cliche, but music absolutely brings people together, and I think it helps with a lot of things, especially in these times, which is crazy. And just thinking back to the beginning and looking back at it now, I've learned so much, and it just comes from making a commitment to learn. That's one of the things. If you're new, if you want to learn the ukulele, even though it's a pretty easy instrument to learn. It's just hard to practice. So you have to open yourself up to learning, which is it's sometimes tough for people, you know. And that's the one thing that I did, and now I'm here teaching you guys, and it's just, you know, it's just I think back on it, and I don't know, music has been really, really awesome. And right now, I am on this journey to learn how sound or music can heal. And it's already been proven, and actually they're starting to do more stuff with it, sound healing within the regular medical practice. I actually just got a book for Christmas. If you guys don't like to read books, I just started this. It's called Music Medicine, and it's by Christine Stevens. And I just want to read something out of this. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. There's just one pair. There's so many good stuff in here. I just started reading, and I got to like page 20, and I'm so into it. But this is what it says. It's not about being taught music. It's about music teaching us. It's not about practicing music. It's about music as practice. It's not about talent. It's about truth. It's not only about loving music. It's about living music. And I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, when I first started, I was always wondering, like, where does music come from? And what I found is music comes from yourself. And that's what that statement is saying, is that, you know, music, we already have music. That's what they're saying in this book. And, you know, we're trying to find ways to get that music out of us. And I totally believe that. Instruments are just is just that. It's just an instrument to get the music out of yourself, which you already have. So, you know, my goal as a teacher is to actually do that. So, you know, I'm excited because this year has just taught me a lot of different things. And, you know, playing music, I think it totally helps. They've already done studies. They've had like all these crazy studies in here that I was checking out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I knew that, but I didn't know it was that crazy. So check this book out if you guys are into reading. I love to give suggestions on books, which is Christine Stevens, Music Medicine. Awesome. Okay. But that just leads me to, since this is the end of the year, maybe start thinking of what you have learned this year and what you want to learn next year, right? This is a good time to start planning for that. I think one of my goals for next year is actually, right now for the shop, it's to, you know, build a bigger group that we can get together and jam and stuff like that. There's a lot of people in Long Beach that want to get together with people, but I haven't found Dii yet. So, you know, sharing music is, you know, very important because people want to have it. It's pretty awesome. I'm totally forgetting what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, and you know, what you want for next year. What else do I want for next year? Actually, I just want to continue the goal. Right now for ukuleles, our ukulele business has been growing. We're meeting a lot of cool people, and for the class or for teaching, I just want to do more. I want to share music because, you know, the stories that I hear working in the shop, you know, I think we haven't reached enough people yet. So we're building, actually right now at the end of the month, we have a ukulele or a handpan community that we're starting with lessons, and then that's going to shoot into another community, which we're going to be doing ukulele community with lessons and stuff like that, which is going to be really, really fun. So look out for that next year. It's coming at the end of the month. We're going to do like a soft launch, and then we'll just roll it out from there. And I think that'll bring a lot of people together for music. My goal for next year for ukulele is just to continue right now. Even though I didn't start with music theory, I want to learn more about it. I've gotten to that point where I'm just like, yeah, I want to know how all these notes and, you know, stuff go together. And a big thing is going to be, I'm going to, especially for the ukulele and the handpan, I'm going to come up with a practice which is more meditative and has healing qualities into it. So, I'm going to be working on that next year, and I'm going to share that with you guys once I have it. But if you guys have anything on that, just feel free to share with me. I like to know. I like to learn more. I'm a learner, so it's pretty cool. So with that, just think about that. What do you want for next year? It's ukulele, whether it's anything in life. And what I find is how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you can get good at an instrument, you could be good, I believe, in life or anything that comes at you. So, and that works with everything. So you guys probably know that. What do you want to do to accomplish, and what do you want to accomplish in 2020? And this is what also I found is another statement that was in this book was music equals learning and sharing. So if you're learning and sharing, you're playing music, or you're doing the music right, I think. Hi, Victoria. Oh yeah, we had a great Christmas. Hopefully you had a good one. Even got to talk to you a little bit. That's kind of funny. Like, was it Christmas Eve or else? And you got, we talked on Wednesday, that's right, and you got on the Zoom call. So awesome. It was so awesome to see you, Victoria. I'm glad we got to jam together a little bit. Let's see. So what do you want to accomplish? That's what I was talking about in 2020. And actually, for the Ook Social, I've been challenging the group, and I'll just extend it to everybody. Maybe a good goal for next year or a challenge would be to play every day, because our motto here at DII is every day, Victoria, keep on strumming ukulele. And one of my claim to fame is for the last 5 years I've been playing ukulele every day. I just made a commitment. I said, hey, I know if I do something every day, I can get good at it. So that's what I did. And now I want to challenge everybody else to see if they can do it just for a year. 15 minutes a day playing ukulele. That's it. 15 minutes a day, every day for 365 days. Sounds like a lot, but I can tell you this, after 21 days, it'll become a habit. And every day that if you feel like you're not playing ukulele, or if you're not playing ukulele a day, you're going to feel like you need to. So try it. Try it every day. It's a challenge. I know everybody's busy. But one thing is, when you make a commitment to do something, there's a power to that, or a magic to that. And the benefits are way greater than any trials that you would go through trying to hit that, because it has absolutely changed my life. Just playing the ukulele every day. I love it. Also, another challenge would be to teach someone. Like I said, music equals learning and sharing. I think music is meant to be shared. That's why people like to hear music. So, do that. Either share with your family, share, just teach somebody. Oh, there's always somebody interested. And if you can show somebody how to play a few chords, that might be the spark they needed to, become a great, or become a musician, which I think everybody should be playing instruments. So cool. Those are the challenges that I have for people out there this year. I think one of the things I'm looking for something to do every day again, besides ukulele. One is going to be, since I'm into learning how to do sound healing and stuff, I want to learn, there's something to do with mantras and stuff like that. So I want to learn a mantra that I can do every day. So I'm trying to figure that out right. And I think I have one. It's going to be really cool. So, that's the thing. We're always learning and growing. If you're not growing, you're dying. So let's grow together so we can live. All right. So I'm going to get into a little bit of, we're going to go to, let's go to our teach yourself. Oh, that was the handpan basics. So teach yourself how to play ukulele. Okay, when I first, again, going back to the beginning of the year, or what I was talking about before, trying to find out all the information about ukulele. basically the sheet right here is all the information that I found at that time. And, I kind of put it together, and this helped me get on a path that got me to where I am today. And the first thing that we talk about on there is actually at the top is teach yourself to play ukulele. The reason I say this, especially for the new people that just got ukuleles maybe yesterday, you can get lessons and stuff like that. But what I found with students is that they usually practice right before the lesson, right before they're going to have their lesson. They don't practice, it's usually right before that. And, that's why I came up with the everyday, teach yourself to play every day, because it's not about the lesson itself. It's about the practice that you have. And teaching yourself it's basically you're going to be teaching yourself even though you have lessons, because you have to sit down and practice. If you don't get the practice, you're not going to be as good as you can be. And it is a musical journey. It's not about the instrument, like I was saying before. It's about the music that's in you that you're trying to get out through the instrument. It's just this instrument has inspired me like it has inspired you. So basically, that's how that works. And first thing I wanted to find out was the history of the ukulele. Where did it come from? My family's from Hawaii, so I've kind of been around ukuleles all my life. In fact, my uncles and then play instruments, and they've played, guitar, ukuleles and stuff like that. And, it's a very interesting history. And again, this goes back into learning, and it kind of, if you look at the history of ukulele, it kind of mirrors what's happening today. Why is there a big popularity? Because it used to be popular back in the 1950s, and then it's coming back. So, and learning the history of the ukulele, I think, helps with your playing, because it gets you to know where this instrument comes from, and it's good fun. Just good fun to learn. These were the beginner tips. The first thing I always talk about is why ukulele. There's usually a reason that'll help you get through all the pain and struggles of learning how to do all these chords on the ukulele, because in the beginning, when you're playing ukulele, there's a lot of things that are going to happen. One is your fingers don't work on this hand, and you're gonna have to practice that. And pressing on these strings over a period of time kind of hurts. In the beginning, it hurts, but you'll get used to it. But at the beginning, it does hurt. Your fingers will start to get calluses on the end. Your hand might cramp up, stuff like that. All those things cause you to or help you to quit. So one of the things that'll make you keep on going is why you're actually playing ukulele. Do you love it for the sound, the music? Do you want to, do you have a favorite player that you wanted to emulate? For me, it was just, I wanted to be able to sing and play an instrument at the same time. I thought that was so awesome when I saw people do that. And then to have that skill, I'm just like that. I like to have those kinds of skills and be able just to pick up an instrument and play a song for your honey. Actually, that was the real reason, is I want to serenade my honey, which is really cool. And she gets a serenade every day, which is awesome. And so it's the why. Do you want to play ukulele? Most of the time at the beginning, it was the sound for me. And then came the confidence of hey, I could do this. I learned 2 chords, which were C and F. And I was like, oh, I could do that. And then honestly, I didn't think I would be able to sing with it, but then I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And now here I am today teaching you guys the same thing, which is really cool. But I think that the why is so important. You got to find that why and, kind of say it out loud or whatever. Get a decent ukulele right now. If you got one already, hopefully it's in tune, and then it sounds good. Okay, sometimes the more expensive ukuleles are just that. They're inexpensive and they don't sound as good. Once you get it, you don't play it, and you're just like, I don't like the sound of that. So I always tell people, get an instrument that sounds good and that they can afford, the one they can afford the most. Because usually it has a better sound. So, and if you guys have any questions on it, you can always ask me, or watch some of the live shows that I've had before. I do talk about that a little bit. Learn how to hold the ukulele. I always show people that. It's when you first get your instrument, it's usually hard. Like, it felt really uncomfortable having it in my lap. I was like, oh my God, this feels weird. But after a while, what I did, and I always tell this story, is that I just held my ukulele every day. So, and just held it in my lap and got used to it. But holding your ukulele, there is, if you see how I'm holding it now, it's kind of like at a 45-degree angle. My arm here is kind of holding it, like pinching it right there. And then you're going to have kind of like this action. This is how it should be. Your neck should float, but it should be solid, like this. Okay? So your fingers can glide down, up and down the ukulele. And go ahead and try that. Put it on your lap, wherever you are out there. And just kind of like feel the strings. If this is new for you, touch every string. Just kind of feel it. Maybe strum a little bit just to feel the tension of those strings. Just learn how to hold your ukulele and get really comfortable with it. Okay. These are some of the basics that you're gonna. I'm just gonna go over briefly today. I'm probably just gonna do a short one. But notes and chords. Those are some music theory stuff that you will have to learn. Ukulele tuning. For all you ukulele players out there, this was kind of like a crazy, like when I first started, I was like, oh my God, how do you tune an ukulele? That was the scariest thing for me, is how do you tune an instrument? Well, I use a tuner. If you see this one's a magnetic one that just clicks onto the back. They have all kinds of different tuners. Guitar tuners work for it, but basically each string, from going from the top string, C, and then going down, there's 4 strings. Each string has a note to it, okay? That top string is G, okay? The next one is C, the next one is E, and then A. So you got G, C, E, A. Okay, you guys can try that. G, C, E, A. There's a little song to it, which is called My Dog Has Fleas. My dog has fleas. That's what happened. All right, you'll probably hear that a lot. But tuning wise, for an ukulele, since the strings are nylon, they're susceptible to heat, temperature differences, stuff like that. So and when you first get your ukulele, it will go out of tune. Okay, so my suggestion is learn how to use a tuner. Or you can tune it with your hands, which I won't show you right now because I don't do that. I just use a tuner. So learn how to use this tuner, but basically how it works, I don't know if I could show you. I don't know if you can see that. Wait, let me see. Ooh, you can. So if I hit this top string, you're going to see it turns green. All right? That means it's in tune. Okay? And if you have any questions, I can go into depth a little bit more. Here's the C, and each one is different, but you can see that I'm hitting every string, and actually that A string is out. I want to see the A, and now it's green. Now I just tuned it. So you're gonna have to learn how to tune your ukulele. There's several videos out there how to tune your ukulele. I might do a thing on it later, but yeah, learn how to tune your ukulele. And it's not as hard as you think. One thing I'm going to say is that I learned about tuning, always tune up. Okay? Always tune up. Don't tune down because you loosen the string. You want to tune up to tighten it. So if you go over, you go back, and then you tighten up. Okay? You'll understand once you start doing it. All right? So tuning is very important. G, C, E, A. Yeah, strumming. Those are some things that you're going to learn. I might go over it a little bit today. We always do a little strum. But basically, you can strum with all your fingers, even your thumb. But the first one you're going to usually learn is the thumb strum. You can see what I'm doing right here. You can strum down, or you can strum up. Your thumb down, and I'll try to show you the up. All right. You can do that with your finger. They have like all your fingers. different techniques that you want to learn. And I think that's huge, is learning your techniques, is learning how get your fingers to work. And I'm going to tell you, it helps you when you're going to be chording some crazy chords. All right. Plucking is just basically what I'm doing with my thumb right now. Plucking the string. Here's a pluck with my finger. Here's a pluck with my middle finger. Here's a pluck with my thing. And plucking basically means is you're plucking the strings. And if you're plucking, you kind of want to get multiple fingers in there. All right. I use the 1, 2, 3 fingers. I use these 3 fingers to pluck. You can use 4. You can use 1. You can use 2. Just use whatever's comfortable. Multiple fingers obviously is a little bit easier. It's just harder to learn to train your hand that way. Okay. Reading music sheets and chord charts, which I'll get into also. These are basics that you should learn to start your ukulele playing. Okay. Another thing is play slowly at first. Our initial reaction when we're playing music or any type of instrument, we tend to want to like go fast. But I'm going to tell you, if you want to be really fast, you have to learn how to be really slow. Okay? To be really fast, you have to learn how to be really slow. That takes patience. Meaning, if you're going to pluck these strings, that's the top string, which is G. But what I'm doing is I'm waiting for it to decay, the sound to go away, then pluck the next string. That's C, goes away, E, goes away, and then A, goes away. And that's kind of like the rhythm that you kind of want. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's kind of the beginning pace that you want. And if you can go slower, that'd be awesome, but it's really hard to go slow. 3, 4. So try that. Try to be really slow when you do stuff. And then practice. I can't tell you how much practice helps. People say it. There's talented people out there that don't practice, but I can tell you the person that practices every day will beat a talented person every day. So you can challenge me on that. And then I have online resources at the bottom of the page here. There's some websites that you can go to where they have songbooks, things like that. YouTube has been a big help for learning lately in this time. And these are some people to watch. They all have great learning channels. Cynthia Lynn is one of the premier online ukulele teachers. Bernadette's same, ukulele. Jake Shimabukuro is one of the best players in the world, along with Abe Lagrimas, and I love Taimani. So check those people out. They're really awesome. And so, let's see. What else am I going to go over today? So, if you just got an ukulele yesterday, I know how that is. Awesome. This is some good information that you may want to use. So, I'm going to go into the basics. Boom, boom. And these are the basics, okay? One of the things is you want to learn is see how the ukulele is? Those are all the definitions. I'm just going to go over there quickly. Know what your parts of your ukulele are. Of course, it's your headstock. You have your tuners. You have your net. Looking at your ukulele, knowing what all these lines in here, what these little dots are and stuff like that. Well, basically, this is your fingerboard, this whole thing going up. And then if you see on the side, those are numbers for your frets, okay? And this is if you know this, is gonna help you with the charts so you can play songs. So 1, that's 1 fret, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you wanted to know what those dots are, right there, that means the 5th fret. So that next dot would be 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, and then 12. Okay, just know that because you're going to know those numbers going all the way down and so forth. All right. Now I told you the tuning, so you have G, C, E, A, right? Okay, and they're also corresponding numbers, but it starts with 4, 3, 2, 1. you're gonna see charts in there that are like that. And yeah, you'll see charts and stuff that are like that. And you just want to know those numbers. Okay, coming down where the fingerboard meets the body. Actually, this part right here is your sweet spot for strumming. So if you ever, like, beginners usually ask me, where do I strum? Well, that's usually, like, see how my hand is here? That's usually the good spot. But if you strum all the way up and down the ukulele, you'll hear there's different sounds at those different points. This is just like the sweet sound that you want of an ukulele. If you strum up here, the sound gets a little higher, and then if you go down here, it gets lower. Whoa, it goes lower. So when you're playing your ukulele, depending on what sound you kind of want, that's where you're going to basically strum. I really don't think about it while I'm playing. It just happens that way. Like if it's a higher sound, I usually I'm probably strumming up here a little bit. If it's a lower sound, I'm probably strumming down here a little bit. It just kind of goes with whatever song that you're doing. You have your sound hole. Beep, beep. That's the sound hole. That's where all the sound comes out. This top board is called your sound board. Okay. This down here is your saddle, which holds your bridge. Okay. And these two parts on the ukulele, if you didn't know, are adjustable. You know, you can ask me about it, but you can adjust the height of your strings. What that does for you, if the strings are lower, okay, if the strings are lower, right, then it's easier to press. If they're higher, then it's harder to press. When they're lower and it's easy to press, the sound is a little bit lower also. Higher, the sound gets a little bit bigger. So you find a common medium for it. But if you see the strings, there's a height to it, and you can lower and raise that if you wanted to. Or bring it to an ukulele person that knows what they're doing, and they can help you with that. I don't adjust strings yet, but I can change strings. But I'm going to learn how to adjust that also. We can talk about that later. Let's see. Anything else on that body saddle? Yeah. And if you guys hear my ukulele, some of you out there might have a different string on the top. If you hear my G string, it sounds really low because it's a low G string. There's two types of G strings that you can get for your ukulele, and one is the ones that come with it are high. You'll hear the high sound, and then you can change the string to a low G, which makes it linear. Okay, instead of reentrant. You can ask about that later, or you can look at. All right. So, know your ukulele. We kind of went over that. Play slowly at first. We kind of went over that. Learn the basics. Let's see. One of the things, because I know some people out there just got some ukuleles, so this is what I'm just gonna talk about. Like, once you get your ukulele, what do? Okay. Comes in the box, you're all excited, it's Christmas, and you're like, yeah, I want to play this. All right. So what do? First thing is, well, like I was talking before, you want to make sure that it is in tune, and that's G, C, E, A. Hopefully you have a tuner, or if you know how to tune by ear, there's several videos on it online, so you can check that out. But learn how to tune and learn what your ukulele sounds like. G, C, E, A. Okay, that would be the first thing. Now next, you kind of want to, obviously you want to strum and finger. This hand, don't worry about that yet. I'll give you a practice on that. But basically on learning how to strum and stuff, you're going to be strumming. I usually use this finger, just the pointer finger. You can see what I'm doing right here. And it goes with the thumb. You sometimes get into like strumming like that, but that's a little bit more advanced. But the first thing that you kind of want to do is get that thumb strum down, just like that. And a good way to practice that is just to start from the top string and push, stop on the next one, push, stop on the next one, push, stop on the next one, and push. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to hear every single string. G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, and just keep going. finger, I'm gonna tell you this, if you're using your finger, it's kind of like, you kind of want to, like, you'll get it, but you want your finger perpendicular to the string, like that, coming down. If you come in sideways like this, you might hit your finger and cut it with the string. So you want your finger to come down, like that, flat on the board. And then you can get that by curling your finger underneath. There's a little, you can watch people technique, but I just do it like that. Some people press their fingers with their thumb like that. Or just have a finger out like that. You eventually want your finger to be like one of those prize wheels, just goes back and forth. That's what you want your finger to be doing. So practice that to get to that. And then the other side, if you're brand new, one of the things you want to do is work on these fingers. Now, I knew this in the beginning, so I had an ukulele that I had this old, little soprano ukulele. I wasn't even trying to play music. I was just trying to get my fingers to work. Basically what I would do, I had this routine that I would do every day, and I would just pick up the ukulele, sit on the porch, and I would practice walking my fingers on each fret. Now, where between the frets on this line right here, if you press that, it's like a button. Each one of these is like a button. You can feel it. Dick, dick, dick. And that button activates a note. Okay? So what you want to do is you want your fingers to be able to activate those notes. And if you have a good press and it's quick, you can flow easier through the thing, through your song or whatever you're trying to do. Now, what I did was here, I practiced both in the beginning. One is I wanted to practice my plucking, and I want to practice doing my fingers. So we have what is called the chromatic scale. Chromatic meaning it just goes in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. Okay, and if you see my thumb here, okay, I already designated, what I did is I wanted to practice training my fingers on the bottom. And if you're plucking, see my pinky here? You kind of want to mount it on the board, just like that. There's going to be a spot where it's just going to be good, okay? And then what you do is you take your fingers, see those 4 frets? My fingers fit perfectly in those 4 frets. I start from the top, you can start anywhere. Basically, I just pluck. And I have a finger that controls each string. This thumb controls the top, right? This finger, or my pointer finger, controls the 2 center strings, the C and the E, okay? And then my middle finger, I'll do it like that so I don't flip you off, and that is the bottom string, okay? You can use 4, you can use 2, you can use 3, whatever. I like 3, it's like the in-between, you know, of whatever you do. So then what I do is I start on the 1st fret, place my finger there, and you don't want to squeeze. Don't want your hand tightening up like that. See my hand's like tighten? You kind of want it loose. And then your thumb kind of rests on the back. This is one of the things I learned this year, is just resting your thumb on the back. Don't squeeze with it. You just kind of rest it to guide your fingers. And you want your fingers to fall on these notes. So basically, and you don't have to really press. You can just pull it like towards you, and then just walk the scale. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep your fingers close to the strings without pressing. Alright. But what I would do is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then switch to the next string, to the C string, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you know you're good, okay, is when you can do this pinky, when you can get a good note on that pinky, because that's, if you didn't play an instrument before, that's one of the fingers you do not use. So you know you're gonna be good. When you're getting good is when you can move that pinky up and down without even thinking about it. All right, that's when you know you have it. Okay, So again, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I just started doing variations of this as I got faster. I would go backwards. I would do different, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, do, do, do. Like walk your fingers back and forth. So that's fun to do. You can also bring, I like to control, like feel the whole board. So I'll start at the top. I'll do the first 4 and then go to the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you should be on the 12th fret, which my pinky is. You can't see. All right. And you can go back and forth. That's just to feel the whole board. That's a good one just to, like, you know, getting to know your instrument intimately, because you're going to be playing with this thing a lot. All right. And that's for the beginner. I would say this. Usually for my students, that's why I would teach them that, and then I would watch their hands, and they have to get it. And I could tell if they've been practicing or not, which is cool. And what that does, it just strengthens your fingers, because you're going to be doing all these different chords and stuff like that. If you look at the bottom of this page here, right here, right there, it has chords to learn. Okay. And in those chords, you see those little boxes right there, and that first one says chords to learn, and that's a C chord. And what that box is showing, okay, is that one has 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It's showing this box right there. And then for the C chord, it's telling you to place your finger where that little dot is, and that is on the 3rd fret, and that's the 1st string, or the A string. You're going to hear that a lot. Put your finger on the 3rd string, or 3rd fret, 1st string, or 4th fret, 2nd string, or 5th fret, G string. You know, stuff like that. You're going to hear that from instructors or people that you're trying to learn from. So you kind of want to know what they're actually doing. And if you notice, there's the first one is a C. So that would be like that. I use my pinky, but you can use that one. And then that next A minor. So that's the 2nd fret, G string. So I'm going to use the finger that's in that fret. So I use that one. See that? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. All right. And then the next one is F. Okay. And that is basically putting your finger on the 1st fret, E string, which is right there. All right. And then 2nd fret, G string, like that. And that would be an F. And then that's a 2-finger chord. All right. Now the G is a 3-finger chord, and basically you're putting your finger on, I use my 2nd fret C string. I would put my pointer finger. All right. My other finger would go on the 2nd fret A string. Let's see if you can see that. Be down here. And then I put my index finger right in the middle side, like that. And it makes an arrow with your, and that's a G. Okay. And the reason I say practice with your fingers, because just look at this. If you're going to do a song, you're going to have to switch between those two, all those chords. So I'll just play these chords. C, A minor, F, and then G. C, A minor, F, and G. Okay, and that's a song. And if you want to go faster, C, A minor, F, G. Or if you're in beginning, you could do just a 1 strum, C, or you can practice your thumb strum, and then A minor, and then F, and then G, or you can go 1, 2, 3 on the C, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the F, and then 1, 2, 3 on the G, and that's already a song and it sounds like, oh wait, A minor, and then G, C. See, you're gonna have to be able to do these over and over and switch. So in your practice, what you're looking at is how you switch to these different chords and how you can get it quicker. There's ideal fingers to use, but everybody's hands are different. So, you know, I've seen people do different things different ways. So, and you'll find there's no really wrong way as long as you can get that chord. For example, for this C, all right, there's another C here that looks like that. Or there's another C that looks like this. It's just higher in different Cs. That's just the one at the top. So you'll learn that also. Okay. And then I have bonus chords at the bottom to do. So what I was trying to show you is just a practice that you can start out with today. If you just got your ukulele and you can practice doing this, just walking your fingers down the board. And it's cool to come down to these because these frets are really small. All right. Okay. But just learn how to feel the board. Okay. One thing that I've been learning, like I told you about the thumb action, you kind of want to, I'm having to relearn how to like touch my thing because I think I was doing it wrong. But now I've just been like relaxing my fingers a little bit more and not pressing as hard. And that helps out a lot when you're actually chording. You don't get rushed and your fingers don't cramp up as easy. But just keep this thumb like loose on the back. Okay. So let's see where are we at now. So the basics, I just want to give a brief on that for all those new people coming out. I'm trying to think of anything else. And then once you got some chords, you can actually, if you're brand new, you can start singing a song. And I have a deal which I show people is called the One Hit Wonder. And that kind of segues really well into what we're doing here. So I'm just going to go into that right now because we're almost done. I'm going to give you our last song, which is A Wonderful World. Where is it? It's a wonderful world. Oops, it's probably this one. All right. Finding the song. That's probably the top. Oh yeah, here we go. What a wonderful world. I believe it's a wonderful world right now. And now, once you get all those practices, now you can get these sheets. And you actually can start singing right away. And I have a way to do it. And this is how I kind of like figured out how to sing and play ukulele at the same time. And I call it the One Hit Wonder. Now, what's going to happen is you've done your practice. You found a song that you want to do. Say it's What a Wonderful World. And you'll see a chart like this. They all come out differently. Okay. But you'll see like a chord chart. This is kind of like a chord chart just so you can follow the chords, which has the words and everything on it. And what is the One Hit Wonder? It's basically once you feel comfortable, you got a good strong fingers, feel good. And you could do it without it unless you just have to know these chords right here at the top. So if you see at the top, the first thing that I would do is like I practice, those are all the chords that are in the song. So I look at that first one, I practice that one, F, and then A minor, and then you have A minor C. These are kind of a little bit more advanced chords. The B flat, it could be like that or like that. All right. G minor 7. Try that one. Was that G minor 7? Oh yeah, and then A7. That's a cool chord. I just like to hear these notes sometimes, or the chords. And then D minor. It's one of my favorite chords, is a D minor. And then this is a bar chord. If you that's called a bar. You're just hitting all those strings. All right, that's a C sharp 6. Then you got the C7 right there. And then you got a D7, another bar chord. Those are some things that you have to practice, are those bar chords. Okay. Now that I know all the chords, what I look at is, if you see the first part, it has an intro, then a dot, and then an A minor. What does that mean? That's usually the rhythm of the song. So if you want to do it in that pace, you go F, 1, and then 2, and then A minor, 1, and then 2, and then B flat, 1, and then 2. And then if you see that C has a slash at the end, that means just one hit. Okay? And then it goes on. G minor 7, and then F, and then A7, and then D minor. And then C sharp 6, G minor 7, C, F, B flat, and then F. Okay, so I tried all those chords just in one hit just so I know how to do it. For the new beginner, it might be a little bit because you want to make sure that you're switching between those chords pretty easy. Okay, and then what I do is, once I practice, I do what is called a one-hit wonder. I just take the song and I play each chord once that you see on the thing. So for example, we'll just start from the singing part. It says it starts in C because basically when you're on the intro, you're going 1, 2 on the F, and then A minor 2, and then B 2, and then C. And it says sing in C because you're coming off of that C going into the first verse, which is I see. Okay, so when I do this one-hit wonder, you can sing it, but I find it's easier if you just voice the words so you can say the words. Sometimes when we're singing, we don't actually vocalize the words enough, but it helps when you're singing if you can say the word. So we'll start with the C, and then I'll say this. I'll just say it. I'll say I see, and then F, trees of green, A minor C, and then B flat, red roses 2, and then G minor 7. I see them bloom for me and you. Okay, I think to myself, what a wonder, what a wonderful world. B flat and then C7. Okay, that's what I would do. And if you notice, the next verse is basically the same chords. It just ends with an F. And then you have a bridge, which is totally different, which you have C7. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. Okay. Now, why I do the one-hit wonder? Because it kind of gives me the pace of the song. Okay. And you can sing it like the actual song if you want to, or you can sing it whichever way you feel the music is coming out of you. I believe music comes from yourself, so you do it from there. So that would be the basics of one-hit wonder, and then I just go into playing the song, and I'm gonna play the song and leave it for you because I believe it's a wonderful world. It's the end of 2020, and I'm glad I got to spend it with you guys, and next year is gonna be even greater. So I'm just gonna leave you guys with this song, What a Wonderful World, and I guess I will see you next year in 2021, and I know we're gonna have a fantastic year. So, all right, get out your music. Hopefully your ukuleles are tuned. If you're new, just try to keep up and practice these chords. But other than that, I hope you guys have a fabulous Saturday enjoy the rest of your holidays. Okay? And here we go. We'll just start with the intro, and then we're just going to sing. All right, here we go. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All right, guys. It's 2:00 on a Saturday, right before New Year's Eve. I'm glad I'm here with you guys every day. Keep on strumming ukulele, and I hope to see you on the next one. See you next year. Enjoy. Bye, Victoria. Happy New Year.